Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about a very interesting and exciting coin from the United States, the 1999 P-State quarter. This coin looks very normal at first glance, and many people have seen it in their everyday change. But what makes it special is that some rare versions of this coin have sold for very large amounts of money, sometimes reaching values as high as $10,700 or even more in special cases. Most of these coins are only worth 25 cents, but a very small number are worth thousands of dollars. That is why collectors and everyday people alike enjoy checking their coins to see if they might have something valuable. The 1999 P-State quarter comes from the famous 50 State Quarters program. This program was started by the United States Mint in 1999 and ran until 2008. The goal of the program was to release quarters for each of the 50 states, one by one, in the order they joined the United States. This program became one of the most successful coin programs in U.S. history. Millions of people started paying attention to coins for the first time, and many began collecting. Because 1999 was the very first year of the program, coins from this year are especially important to collectors. The letter P on the coin means it was made at the Philadelphia Mint. The Philadelphia Mint produced a very large number of these quarters in 1999. Because so many were made, most 1999 P-State quarters are very common. A normal coin that has been used in everyday transactions is usually worth only face value, which is 25 cents. Even a clean, shiny one that was never used is usually worth only $1 to $3. So by itself, the date and mint mark do not make the coin valuable. The big money comes only from rare errors and special situations. The designs on the 1999 quarters are also part of what makes them interesting. In 1999, 5 states were released. These were Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. Each coin has George Washington on the front, just like other U.S. quarters, but the back shows a unique design for each state. For example, the Delaware quarter shows Caesar Rodney on horseback, and the Connecticut quarter shows the famous charter oak tree. These designs are meaningful and historic, but again, the design alone does not make the coin valuable. The value comes from mistakes made during the minting process. Minting errors are mistakes that happen when coins are being made. Coins are produced by large machines that strike metal blanks with great force. These machines are designed to work perfectly, but sometimes things go wrong. Most mistakes are caught and destroyed at the mint, but a few slip through and end up in circulation. When collectors find these mistakes, they become very interested because error coins are rare and different from normal coins. One of the most valuable types of errors found on some 1999 P-State quarters is called an experimental planchet error. This is the main reason people talk about these coins being worth thousands of dollars. To understand this, it helps to know what was happening at the mint in 1999. At that time, the U.S. Mint was preparing to release the Sacagawea dollar coin, which came out in the year 2000. Before releasing it, the mint tested different types of metal blanks, called planchets, to see which would work best. During these tests, some of the experimental planchets were accidentally used to strike state quarters instead of dollar coins. This should not have happened, but a few coins were made this way and somehow escaped the mint. These quarters were struck on metal blanks that were not meant for quarters. Because of this, they can look and feel different from normal quarters. They might be heavier, slightly thicker, or a different color. Some do not show the normal copper edge that regular quarters have. These experimental planchet quarters are extremely rare. Only a small number are known to exist. Because of their rarity and the interesting story behind them, collectors are willing to pay very high prices for them. When one of these coins is found and confirmed by experts, it can sell for several $1,000s. In some cases, especially if the coin is in excellent condition and professionally graded, prices can reach around $10,000 or more. This is where the stories of $10,700 values come from. These prices are real, but they apply only to these very rare error coins, not to regular quarters. Another type of error that can add value to a 1999 P-State quarter is a multiple strike error. This happens when a coin is struck more than once by the minting machine. If the coin moves between strikes, the designs can overlap or appear twisted. These coins look very unusual, and collectors like them because they clearly show something went wrong during production. Depending on how dramatic the error is, these coins can be worth a few $100s or even a few $1,000s. Off-center strikes are another kind of error. This happens when the metal blank is not placed correctly in the machine. As a result, part of the design might be missing or cut off. If a large portion of the design is off the coin but the date and mint mark are still visible, collectors may pay good money for it. Off-center errors on 1999 P quarters can be worth anywhere from $20 to several $100s, depending on how noticeable the error is. There are also errors involving the layers of the coin. Modern U.S. quarters are made of layers of metal bonded together. Sometimes one of these layers is missing or partially missing. When this happens, the coin may look lighter in color or show strange textures. These errors are not very common, and when they are real and confirmed, they can be worth hundreds or even over $1,000. It is important to understand that not every strange-looking coin is a valuable error. Coins can be damaged after leaving the mint through normal use, accidents, or even intentional changes. Damage does not usually add value. In fact, it often lowers the value. That is why collectors rely on professional grading services. These experts can tell the difference between real mint errors and damage that happened later. Condition also plays a very big role in how much a coin is worth. A rare error coin in poor condition may still be valuable, but it will usually sell for less than one in excellent condition. Coins that are clean, sharp, and show little wear are more desirable. Professional grading services assign grades that help buyers and sellers agree on value. A high-grade error coin can be worth much more than a similar coin in lower condition. For most people watching this video, the chances of finding a $10,000 coin are very small. These experimental planchet errors are extremely rare. But that does not mean it is pointless to check your coins. Many people enjoy the search itself. Looking through change is free, and you never know what you might find. Even finding a small error worth $20 or $50 can be exciting and rewarding. If you want to check your 1999 P State quarter, start by looking at the date and mint mark. Make sure it says 1999 and has a P mint mark. Then look closely at the coin. Compare it to a normal quarter. Does it feel heavier? Does it look thicker? Is the color different? Look at the edge. Does it show the normal copper stripe, or does it look different? Use a magnifying glass if you have one and check for doubled letters, missing parts of the design, or strange shapes. If something really looks unusual, the next step is research. Look online for pictures of known errors and compare them to your coin. If it still seems promising, consider having it looked at by a professional coin dealer or sending it to a grading service. Do not clean the coin, as cleaning can reduce its value. Collectors love these coins because they represent a moment when something unexpected happened. Coins are supposed to be identical, but error coins show that even with modern technology, mistakes can happen. These mistakes create coins that are unique and tell a story. When someone buys an error coin, they are not just buying metal. They are buying a piece of history and a reminder that perfection is not always possible. The 1999 P State quarter will likely remain popular because it comes from the first year of the State Quarters program. The program itself brought millions of people into the hobby of coin collecting. Many people still remember checking their change for new state designs. That sense of excitement continues today, especially when people hear stories of rare coins worth thousands of dollars. To summarize in simple terms, most 1999 P State quarters are worth only 25 cents to a few dollars. Minor errors might be worth a little more. More noticeable errors can be worth hundreds. Very rare errors, especially those struck on experimental planchets, can be worth thousands and in special cases around $10,700 or more. The value depends on rarity, condition, and confirmation by experts. So next time you get a quarter in your change, take a moment to look at it. It probably won't make you rich, but it might spark your interest in coins. And who knows, one day someone might find another rare error that everyone missed. The fun of coin collecting is in the search, the learning, and the stories behind each coin. Even a simple quarter can turn out to be something truly special.